Well, hello there, Jay Estes from Massive Results Marketing, and today I have for you a print ad critique and also a website critique. And normally I would do these separately, but because they're the same business, the same professional, I thought I would sort of combine them because they do sort of go together, and you'll see why that is in a moment. So here's what we're going to talk about today. First, I'm going to show you the print ad, and I'll offer you my critique on it. And I'll show you what I like, what I don't like, what I think can be improved. And this is, of course, I don't know this business owner. I've never worked with this particular business. So I'm going by what I see and my experience regarding that. So the bottom line is, the goal is I want to show you what works, what doesn't work, and more importantly, why, so that you can use this information for your own personal benefit. So, time to dive in. And just to clarify, what I'm about to reveal in this critique is not meant to be critical of this particular business or business owner. In fact, I'm going to see if I can get this business owner, this professional, to look at this video, and hopefully it'll help them to make some improvements on what they're doing, and they'll get some really good free advice that would normally cost them a good deal of money. So let's dive in. Now here's the print ad, and I know it's kind of small, hard to see, but I'm going to show you what the copy says in a moment. Now this print ad is in a local special marketing section in the Palm Beach County edition of the Sun Sentinel newspaper called the Society section, and it comes out once a week. It's about half the size of the newspaper. And there's a lot of local businesses and professionals that advertise in here. So looking at it, obviously it's much bigger than what you see here in the picture, but looking at it, first impressions are dental implants change lives. You know, that's pretty good. I have to say, I like it. Let's look at the picture. If that picture depicts the person, male and female, that fit your criteria, and you're this dentist, cosmetic dentist, prosthodontist, whatever you are, and the point is you want to use a photo that resembles who your perfect patient is. And in this case, you want the person to look at this ad and see the picture and go, oh, I'd like to look like that. I'd like to have teeth like that. Dental implants change lives. Wow, yes. I could see how they can do that. Maybe I should read this ad. And if that's what happened here, then kudos to Dr. Davidoff for accomplishing that with this ad. But we have to look at the copy, right? Because once you catch their eye and they start reading, the question is, are you going to keep them reading? So let's take a look at the copy. I'm not going to sit here and read it word by word, but I'll leave it up here a second as I talk about it and talk about why copy is so important and how you can look at copy, whether you're having somebody else do it for you, a professional copywriter, or you're going to do it yourself. One of the things you want to look at is my copy directed to my prospect, the person I'm trying to get to read this? Is the way I've written it directed towards them? Is it about them? And that's a very important question. And this is a test that you can do with your copy, and again, if you're hiring a copywriter, with their copy. So this is the top part. I couldn't fit it all in one slide. Here's the bottom part of that ad. Now, let's take a closer look at what stood out for me when I looked at the copy, and we'll go back to the first slide. Remember, the goal is, who is this copy for? Who is it about? The person reading it needs to identify themselves as they read this copy, right? So let's take another look. So, every day in my practice, I strive for great results for my patients, and I can assure you that as a board-certified prosthodontist, I have the education and training and experience to give all of my patients the smile that they deserve, that they always wanted, rather. My prosthodontist training, which took place under the tutelage of master dentists in the Southern California area, gives me the ability to create a lifelike, beautiful smile that will enhance anyone's life. I use dental implants for a lot of my work because they allow me to easily replace missing teeth. But make no mistake, it is the ability to work with porcelain in crowns and veneers that allows me to get the very best results. Obviously, I'm trying to make a point here. I highlighted some words. Who is this copy for and about? It is about the dentist. Now, without sounding rude or insensitive, the fact of the matter is the person this prosthodontist is trying to attract with this ad doesn't really care about this doctor, right? I mean, they look at that picture, they see themselves, great picture, if that's what that picture is doing, great headline, you know, dental implants change lives. Then they start reading, and who are they reading about? Themselves, what benefits them, or are they reading about the doctor basically patting himself on the back with the copy here? This copy, I think the average person would read the first one sentence, maybe, and if he was really lucky, he would get the people reading this to read 2 sentences. After that, they would flee this ad because this ad doesn't talk to them. It doesn't speak to them. It doesn't show any benefit to them. It's all about the dentist. And people don't care about you or your stuff. They only care about what it can do for them. And this ad or this copy does not tell the reader what it can do for him. So here's the second part. Now the second part, he actually does a little bit better. See, there's some yous in there, your, you, but there's still as many I's, you's, and me's. So what I always suggest you do is you look at the copy and go through it and circle or highlight or underline all the words that talk about yourself. My, I, me, and then do the same for your prospect. You, your, that sort of thing. You should have significantly more yous and yours than you do I, me, and my. And in this case, obviously, that didn't happen. So unfortunately, while I think the picture may be good, again, if that's the perfect patient, if that's what you want your prospects to identify with, great picture, great headline, dental implants change lives, and then it just goes terribly wrong with the copy. And I'm afraid this ad wouldn't work because nobody would read to the end, or very few people would read to the end. Now, again, let's take a look at that ad. This line right down here on the bottom, just above the website, says this: read more about Dr. Davidoff and his dental practice at the world's most popular dental implant site. And then it has the URL, right? So again, who is this talking about? It's talking about read more about Dr. Davidoff and his dental practice. Again, the patient doesn't really care about Dr. Davidoff or his dental practice. The prospective patient only cares about what it can do for them. What's in it for me? W-I-I-F-M. That's what the old saying, people tune in to listen to, W-I-I-F-M. What's in it for me? There's nothing in this ad for them once you get past the picture and the headline. So I did highlight this one part of the bottom which says world's most popular dental implant site. That is a very bold claim, and I would be very skeptical looking at this because how do I know it's the world's most popular dental implant site? Is there any proof of that? So I would sort of question that. And again, for me, I would never get past the first sentence of the copy, and I don't think most other people would either. Also, and you'll see it here on the bottom, maybe, is his telephone, his office telephone number. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but I didn't want to forget pointing that out to you. That is 561-734-0505. Okay, so moving right on. So let's take a look at the website dentalimplants.com. Well, wait a second. That picture looks familiar, right? See that picture? Looks familiar. Very, very good. Again, if this picture actually represents the perfect male and female patient that this dental practice is looking to attract. It's a great picture. Great smiles, good-looking couple, right? I mean, what guy that age wouldn't want to look that good, have that good a smile, right? Here's a slight problem. The copy that we see in the ad, right, every day in my practice I strive for great results, yada, 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 is the same copy from the website. And this is going to get most people to click the back button before they ever get anywhere else on this website, right? So, does the photo at the top of the website look familiar? Yep, it sure does. The copy to the right, already talked about. That's not okay. Here's the big questions that you want to ask yourself for your own website. And again, I would invite Dr. Davidoff to do the same thing here if he sees this. What is the main goal for your website? You see, remember the movie Field of Dreams? If you build it, they will come. Well, the web is not Field of Dreams. It's the field of broken dreams. Because as I say, if you build it, they won't come. So in order to get them to come, however, you need to think about what is the main goal of your site. What are you trying to accomplish with this site? Are you trying... what exactly do you want the visitor to do? Are they supposed to buy something, register for something, call for an appointment, or is it just there as information? Because if it's just there for information, you might as well not have a website. That's the reality. There should always be some call to action that you want the visitor to do, something you want them to do. And I would assume Dr. Davidoff would like people to call for an appointment, right? So ask yourself, what is your website for? Who are you trying to attract, okay? So who is this website for? Is it for dentists or for patients? Let's take a look. Well, we have here for patients, we have here for dentists, right? It sort of looks like Dr. Davidoff is trying to have a website that is all things to all people. Now, I'm not sure, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and I'm going to guess that Dr. Davidoff teaches continuing education for other dentists, and that's why he has this particular section here on the website. And that's fine. In fact, it's actually great for marketing and sales. However, it's not great when you try to have a website that's trying to attract everybody. This is really taking a step backwards and actually doing more harm than good. In this case, I would suggest having a website that's geared specifically to patients and another that's geared specifically to dentists. Now, this is obviously a smaller view of the website, but he does, as I scroll down, have a newsletter sign-up form, member login. I'm not sure if that's for dentists, if that's for patients, really don't know. Don't really, I'm not sure. I didn't read all the copy. I did read some of it. So I'm really not sure who that is. He's got a poll here. I'm a patient, a dentist, a laboratory again, you're trying to attract way too many people. It is probably a good idea to niche this site down. Whoop, here we go. So, there we go. It's on the wrong page. Niche down your market. Niche down to your prospect. You really need, your website should have laser focus on who you want to attract to your site. Again, I don't know on looking at this site what I'm supposed to do. Do I call? Do I sign up for the newsletter? Am I just there to get information? If so, it's a complete waste of my time, unless it drives me to take an action that you want me to take. Okay, the reality is you have a few seconds at tops to catch a visitor's attention, to get them to stay on the website. They have to see something that speaks to their needs, right? If your site's too cluttered, which I think this one is, or if it fails to speak to me, the visitor alone, and capture my attention, I leave. And again, I think I would do that. How about you? Would you stay on this site or would you leave? Maybe you'd stay for a minute, maybe then you'd leave. It's very confusing. So that's the visitor side of the equation, but what about the website itself? What about the SEO and marketing? Remember the print ad claim, at the world's most popular dental implant site. That is just an extremely bold claim to make. Can he back it up, and does he back it up? Because I personally, maybe I missed it, but I didn't see anything that backed it up. It just seems like a bold claim that's, you know, just his opinion, and that's not something you want to have on your website. How does he know if he's the world's most popular dental implant site? Does he have any proof? Maybe he knows because he actually studies his web traffic and compares that to his competitors. The question I have for you is, are you studying your web traffic? Meaning, do you have Google Analytics installed on your site? If you don't have Google Analytics installed on your site, or you're not using another analytics program, then you're absolutely not doing that. You're not studying your web traffic. And here's the thing. I mean, if you get nothing else out of what we talk about today, get this, that if you are not tracking what you are doing with your marketing, you are throwing your money away and you are wasting your money and your time. And remember that phone number that I showed you earlier? Remember that, because we're going to come back to that, and that goes to tracking as well. So let's investigate Dr. Davidoff's claim that he's the most popular dental implant website. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to use some online tools. In this case, we're going to go to alexa.com, okay, and we're going to type in dental implants, right? And we're going to do a search, and let's see. These are ads up here, okay? These are ads. These first three are ads, okay, sponsored links, and down the right-hand side are sponsored links as well, meaning people are paying to be here. So let's get past the top sponsored links, and what you'll see here is next to these names, there's a ranking, okay? You want that number to be as low as possible for your search term. Now, here is Dr. Davidoff, right? He has a rank of 2,775,560. I'm afraid he's not the most popular, according to Alexa, which is how you would gauge this, certainly the most popular way of gauging this, because dentalimplant.co.uk, still on the internet, it may be a UK-based website, but it's still on the internet, still part of the world. It has a lower Alexa ranking, which means it is more popular than Dr. Davidoff's site. Here's one in India that also has a better ranking than Dr. Davidoff, and here's one that is absolutely destroying everybody, and that's clearchoice.com with a rank of 358,518. What that means is, out of all the websites online, this one is ranked pretty close. You know, it's under over 250,000, less than 500,000 of all websites, whereas Dr. Davidoff's is 2.775. And again, this one 1.5 million, and Dental Care Plus, I don't know if they have dental implants, but they're at 520,444. Bicon, again, I don't know, health, dentistry, it gives you the category. It does say dental implants here. So basically what we have learned is that is a false claim and should be taken off that website. Now maybe you can change the verbiage to say the most popular dental, let me see, let me go back here. Let's see. Where was it? Right here. The world's most maybe you say Florida's most popular dental implant site, right? You could say that because I didn't see another one in Florida that was lower than that. So that's a problem, and you don't want to be making claims that are false, that are not believable, because it discredits you, and you go from being an expert to being somebody that people aren't going to trust, right? So let's go back and see what else we can find regarding this claim, okay? So let's see. Let's look at one of the other problems that I see. It appears that Dr. Davidoff, this website, dentalimplants.com, does not have Google Analytics installed, which means Dr. Davidoff is not tracking, studying, basically has no clue about his web traffic, how much, where it's coming from, what keywords people are using to find him, which, by the way, is how you fix your website and make it more popular and found more often and rank higher up in the search engines. Maybe he's using a different analytics program, I don't know, but Google Analytics is the best there is, and you can't beat the price because it's free, right? So that's an issue right there. Let's take a further look at what's going on with that website. So here's the title of the website: Dental Implants by S. Robert Davidoff Home. That title, you know, the good news is he has dental implants, which are his main keywords in that title, but this is a complete waste right here. His main keywords, his meta keywords, way too many keywords here, and it actually hurts you and doesn't help you when you have that many keywords. The description: dental implant, dental reconstruction information. This page provides access to actual patient treatments and continuing education dentistry. And again, it's too fragmented. He's trying to attract patients and dentists for continuing education with his description. You wouldn't have to do this if you had a separate website for each. 6 external links is really not very good. He's got a PR page rank of apparently 0, which again is just not going to cut it. He's not in the Yahoo directory. There's just a lot of bad SEO going on here. Backlinks, 0. There's just not a lot going on. There's no sitemap on this site. I didn't see any video, certainly not on the home page. There's just a lot of things that need to be fixed on this website. Let's take another look at some more stuff. There's no blog. You know, a blog allows you to interact with your visitors. There's no blog here. Can't do that. Let's go a little further down. You know, the metadata, again, we already looked at. His heading tags, he's got 9 H3 tags. Where's the H1, H2 tags? These are, again, not very keyword rich here. There's 9 images found. The only problem is 7 of those 9 have no alt text. And again, I'm not expecting everybody to understand what this means. But from a search engine optimization, SEO standpoint, this is hurting quite a bit. Examine 3 interior pages. They all have the same description. Not good. Every page should have its own description because every page should have different content on it, right? The good news is the domain age and the time for expiration is excellent. That is helping. The bad news is there's no permanent 301 redirect. Again, if you don't know what that is, don't worry, but you can tell your web guy you need a 301 redirect. Mobile optimization. Let's look at this. Mobile is huge. Huge, huge, huge. You can't ignore mobile. So the good news is Dr. Davidoff has a mobile version of his website. right? But there's bad news, okay? The meta viewpoint tag tells the mobile device, his is missing, okay? There's no meta viewpoint tag. Basically tells your mobile device how to orient the page that loads. So in this case, while he has a mobile version, here's the problem. Here's the mobile version. Now, this size is as tall as my iPhone, but a little wider. I couldn't get the dimensions exactly the same. So let me ask you something. Looks exactly like the website, right? It does. But can you read this? I can't read this. The point being that your mobile site shouldn't be, don't try to make it exactly the same as your regular website, because nobody can read these links. Nobody can read this copy. You need to make your mobile version of your site very, very simple for people to read and for people to navigate. This is not even easy to navigate because it's basically the same website. So from a mobile standpoint, this is a complete failure. Apple icons are missing. Let's just go back down here. There's no Twitter account associated with this. There's apparently a Facebook account, and that's good. There's an RSS feed. That's good. There's a conversion form. That's good. There's no marketing automation being done here. Okay, so let's continue a little bit more. I did a search in Google for dental implants. I'm not logged in, so there's just a basic search here. Now again, here in the shaded area are your ads. Dr. Davidoff is not running any ads. Also down the right hand side are your ads. I don't see any ads here. Here are your Google Places, and we're going to talk about this. Remember the phone number? Remember that phone number. Okay, I told you we were going to talk about it. We are. So I scroll, I scroll, I scroll, and the last Places page is Boca Prosthodontics, Inc., which Boca Raton, if you're not familiar with South Florida, is a city in South Florida. So is Boynton Beach. And this says Boynton Beach, and this is Dr. Davidoff's phone number, but it's going under the listing of Boca Prosthodontics. So I'm not sure, does he have two offices? One in Boca, one in Boynton? I don't know. Very confusing for me there. And again, there is his website, ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So depending on what browser you're using, it may or may not be above or below the fold, which means scrolling to see it or not scrolling to see it, okay? So, you know, number 6, if he's the world's most popular dental implant site, he certainly shouldn't be ranked 6th. I would expect him to be ranked number 1, number 2, pretty close up there. I don't see him doing any pay-per-click, which I'm not sure why. He's not doing that. But okay, remember that phone number, right? 561-734-0505. If you go to Google Maps and you click Google Maps, you come to a page, then what you should do is enter your phone number in this format, in your area code in parentheses, then your phone number. When I do that, I get 2 listings for that phone number. I get Boca Prosthodontics, Inc. at 3695 West Boynton Beach Boulevard, number 5, and then I get Davidoff Robert S. DDS at the same address, same phone number. This is going to hurt you, and this is probably why he's showing up as G and not A on the Google Maps. This is hurting him. Can't have more than 1 listing in Google Places, okay? It hurts you, it doesn't help you. And in this case, it is hurting him. So, let's go back. Where were we? I think we were here. So, what have we learned? I know I threw a lot at you, talking very fast, trying to make this a shorter rather than a longer video for you. We learned that Dr. Davidoff is actually doing some good things with his marketing, right? The picture's great, the headline's great, but he's also doing some not so good things. And unfortunately, I believe the not so good things are actually costing him money, literally money in his pocket, and much more of it than he even realizes. So in the ad, remember the phone number in the ad and then online on the website, the phone number was exactly the same, which means that in the ad, Dr. Davidoff is not tracking this ad. So he doesn't know what response is coming from this ad. This is a full page ad. I don't know if it was given to him as a prize for advertising in the newspaper on a regular basis or if he had to pay for this. I hope for his sake he didn't have to pay for this, because if he did, it would have been a huge waste of money, because he has no way of knowing if that ad is working or not, because there's no independent tracking going on. And again, that's one of the reasons why the not so good things are costing him money. The same goes with his website. Okay, what we don't know. There's one additional and really extremely important topic I don't have enough time to cover on this, not webbing, but when I say webinar, for some reason, it auto-corrects to webining. See? Cool, huh? Webinar. I guess I could have called it a video. But yet it does need to be mentioned. Get off track there. Extremely, extremely important topic. So that topic is, what is Dr. Davidoff's conversion rate? Meaning, for every 10 prospective patients that come in to talk to him about implants, how many are actually going through with it? It's an important question, because that's where you make your money, right? I mean, all the marketing is great, but they got to come in and they got to agree to do the work. So in dentistry terms, for every 10 case presentations Dr. Davidoff makes, how many new patients does he get? You know, I hate to use the word assume or assumption, you know, the old saying, but let's talk about an assumption. Based on what I see with this website, as well as my personal experience actually working with cosmetic dentists, I'm going to assume his closing ratio, you know, how many case presentations versus how many yeses and checks does he get, or credit cards, it's not good, or at least not as good as it really should be. And the result is from a couple of actually fixable issues, reasons, problems, whatever words you want to use. One, and I don't know that this is the case with Dr. Davidoff or you, but one easily fixable problem is assuming that what's going on in the economy right now translates to patients or your clients not being able to afford these procedures or your service, even if it is a high-priced service. And the one thing people do when they believe that this is the case is they lower their fees, or they don't recommend all of the work that the patient or the client should have, because they don't think in their mind that the patient or the client can afford it. And that is a huge mistake. Never assume that your customer cannot afford your service, because when you do that, you are taking money out of your pocket that you are rightfully due by providing a transformational service or product to your customer, or patient in this case. But the bigger reason or problem is that most, as in 99.999% of cosmetic dentists, prosthodontists, any other specialty you want to discuss in dentistry, were never taught a system for selling, let alone a system for selling big ticket dentistry, or if you're not in dentistry, whatever you sell. For the record, the fact is most sales professionals were never really taught a successful system for selling big ticket services either. So it's really not Dr. Davidoff's fault or your fault or anybody's fault. It's from a lack of not having a successful system that you can utilize in your own business. I realize I focused most of what we talked about today on the print ad and the website critique, but I really would be remiss if I did not discuss what I think is the fastest way to grow your bottom line. And I'm not going to cover it here today, but we're going to touch on it briefly. It's critical to understand the difference between marketing and selling or sales, okay? Today, almost all of the emphasis is on marketing. That's all you see nowadays. And I'm talking about print ads, direct mail, social media. Everybody's talking, you need a Facebook page, you need mobile marketing, right? Which you do. You need a Twitter, you should try Groupon, Foursquare, the internet, website, search engine optimization, pay-per-click. All of that is very important, and I don't mean to discount that at all. It's hugely important. But marketing is not what puts money in your pocket, and don't forget that. It's important because it drives people to the sales discussion, right? Or it puts them in your system to sell what you have. But sales is where you have the greatest potential to make the most significant impact on the amount of money that you're going to make. Not marketing, but sales. And marketing is important, and I'm not saying you shouldn't focus on it, but sales is where the least amount of time, education, dedication, and effort is made, not just by you, but by all of your competitors. Whether you're Dr. Davidoff, whether you're a cosmetic dentist, whether you sell coaching, doesn't matter. I hope that makes sense to you. I know I'm just touching on it briefly, but marketing is what should drive them to you, but marketing alone will not make you money. The greatest opportunity is where you're spending the least amount of your time, your education, your dedication, and your effort. And that is on having a successful selling system that helps your patients, in this case, or your customers, or your clients, take advantage of the transformational value that you have to offer them. And that's really what we're talking about. So I just want to make sure, before we end today, that I stress to you the importance of that. You must be able to successfully master selling your services, more so the higher price they are. And yes, even in a down economy, you can sell $30,000 dental procedures or cases, if you will, $20,000, $15,000. If you're providing the value that that patient is looking for, don't let the cost stop you from having a successful sales conversation with your patient, with your customer. And again, it's really even more true today if you sell any type of big ticket service, be it cosmetic dentistry, prostodontistry, I don't know if that's a word, but I just made it up, marketing, coaching, consulting, what have you. The bottom line is this: please, please, please get this if you get nothing else as well. The fastest way to put a significant amount of money in your pocket is by implementing a successful sales system. I think I've convinced myself doing this video for you that I need to do one. Actually, I think I'm going to do a webinar, full-blown webinar on what having a successful sales system looks like for you, regardless of what you do. I want to thank you. I do have a little bit more I want to share with you, but I do want to thank you for joining me today. I am honored that you took the commitment to your own profitability by taking a little bit of time and watching this short video. I did this all for you because I am committed to your success. I'm not selling anything to you today. The only thing I'd ask is for you to please let me know what you thought about what was discussed on this video today. So I'll give you my email address in a moment, but I really would like your feedback. Your questions and comments are not only welcome, but I really do encourage them, and I greatly appreciate them. By the way, for those who don't know me, and that may be you, my name's Jay Estes, and I help business owners, entrepreneurs, professionals, sales professionals discover how to attract more quality leads, that's the marketing, that they can convert more easily and who will pay them significantly more money for the transformational value they provide. That's the selling, which is so much more important today. My background, I'm a retired police officer in Miami-Dade County, Florida. I was injured in the line of duty. I've been a business owner, an entrepreneur, a sales professional, direct response marketing professional, and a business coach and mentor. So that's all I want to talk about me. I do have something I would like to offer a limited few who watch this video, only because my time is limited and I can only do this when time permits, but I would like to offer you a free strategy session. It's about 45 minutes to an hour we spend on the phone, totally immersed in your business, regardless of what your business is, and we're going to find the opportunities for you to improve your profitability. Now, that may be through sales, information I can share with you, a successful sales system. It may be something marketing-wise. We'll figure it out. Every business is different. I call it a strategy session. It's all about your business making more money, period. We'll spend 45 minutes to an hour on that. If you would like to have me do that, find those opportunities to make more money in your business, here's what you need to do. Go to www.strategicopportunitysession.com, www.strategicopportunitysession.com, and complete the short application form. It is only a handful of questions. It'll take you no more than 2 or 3 minutes. But if you're not willing to do that, then I definitely am not willing to spend the time with you, because I need to have a little bit of a setup to know a little bit more about what your goals are and what you're trying to accomplish, to save a little bit of time so when we get on the call, we can sort of jump right in. Now, when you fill out that form, you're going to hear from somebody, regardless if you're chosen or not, for one of the spots. You will hear from somebody from my office, maybe me, maybe my assistant, to schedule, for those that are chosen, to schedule their strategic opportunity session or their strategy session. And for those that are not chosen, I will give you a reason why I don't think I can help you. But again, it's more about having the time. So please do that as soon as you see this. If the site is not up, by the way, if you don't see the application form there, it means that my schedule is full. Check back to the site a little bit later, but I encourage you to get there as quickly as you can. Again, my name is Jay Estes. I'm the President and Chief Transformation Strategist for Massive Results Marketing, and here's how you can reach me. On my website, massiveresultsmarketing.net, jay@massiveresultsmarketing.net. My phone number is 561-208-6469, but please, please, please do not call me to schedule a strategy session. You must go to www.strategicopportunitysession.com and fill out that application, very short, only a few questions, to be considered, and then I or somebody from my office will be in touch to schedule that with you. That's all there is. There is no more today. Look for that webinar coming up. I'm working on it right now. I just started it, so it's going to take me a little bit. But I will get to it soon, because I think a lot of people can certainly benefit from it. Thanks again. I appreciate you being here. Talk to you soon.